Today, we're going to learn how to play Regicide. It's a fantastic cooperative fantasy card game for 1 to 4 players that plays in about 20 minutes, and all you need is a standard deck of cards.
So you and your friends will team up as a party of adventurers, and your mission is to take down 12 corrupted royals. In this quick guide, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know to jump right into your first game.
So, first things first, what's the objective? Simple. You're here to defeat the royals. To win, you and your party have to work together to defeat all 12 enemies in the castle deck. That's 4 jacks, 4 queens, and the 4 big bosses, the kings. If you defeat that last king, you all win. But here's the catch. If even one player gets eliminated, everybody loses. It's all for one and one for all.
Okay, let's get the game set up. It's time to prepare for battle.
First, you're going to build the castle deck. Just shuffle the 4 jacks and place them face down. Then, shuffle the queens and stack them right on top. Finally, shuffle the kings and put them on the very top. Next up is the tavern deck. For this, you'll shuffle all the numbered cards, that's the 2s through 10s, plus the 4 aces and any gestures that you need for your player count. And for the last step, just deal out the cards to each player for their starting hand.
Now, the game actually changes a little bit depending on how many people are playing. As you can see here, the number of gestures you add and your maximum hand size are different for each player count. For example, if you're playing solo, you won't use any gestures and you get a hand of 8 cards. But in a 4-player game, you'll add 2 gestures and everyone gets a smaller hand of 5 cards.
Your game area should look something like this. Pretty simple, right? You've got the tavern deck to draw from, a spot for a discard pile, and of course, the castle deck. To start the game, go ahead and flip over the top card of the castle deck. This is your first enemy, and it's always going to be a jack.
All right, now that we're all set up, let's talk about how to actually play. What does a turn look like?
Every single turn has 4 straightforward steps. First, you play a card. Second, you activate that card's suit power. Third, you deal damage to the enemy. And fourth, if they're still standing, the enemy hits you back. Let's break each of those down.
Okay, this is where the real strategy of Regicide comes into play. The suit powers. Each of the 4 suits gives you a unique and absolutely crucial power. This is your arsenal.
Let's start with hearts. Think of these as healing, but for your deck. When you play a heart, you take cards from the discard pile, equal to the value of the heart you played, and you put them on the bottom of the tavern deck. This is the only way to recycle cards, and it's vital to keep from running out.
Next up, diamonds. These are all about drawing more cards. When you play a diamond, players take turns drawing cards one by one until the total number of cards drawn equals the value of your diamond. This is how you keep your hands full of options.
Clubs are simple, and they are powerful. They deal double damage. That's it. So if you play an 8 of clubs, you're not dealing 8 damage, you're dealing 16. This is how you're going to take down those tougher enemies.
And finally, we've got spades. These are your shields. Playing a spade reduces the enemy's incoming attack by your card's value. And the best part? This effect is cumulative. If multiple players play spades against the same enemy, those shield values add up, which is absolutely essential for survival.
So after you activate your suit power, you deal damage equal to your card's value. And trust me, these enemies get tougher. The jacks have 20 health, queens have 30, and the kings have a massive 40 health. As soon as the total damage dealt to an enemy meets or beats its health, it's defeated.
But what happens if the enemy survives your attack? Well, it strikes back. You have to discard cards from your hand that add up to the enemy's attack power. So to absorb 10 damage from a jack, you could discard a 10, or maybe a 7 and a 3. If you can't, the whole party loses.
So, that brings us to the final showdown. How does the game actually end? Well, there are 2 ways this can go.
You win by defeating that very last king at the bottom of the castle deck. It's a huge victory. But you lose if any player can't discard enough cards to take an enemy's damage. You also lose if a player has no cards they can legally play on their turn. It really is all or nothing.
Before you start your first game, let's just quickly go over a few important rules. These are easy to miss, but they can make all the difference. You don't want to get caught out.
First, immunity. An enemy is immune to the power of its own suit, so you can't use a diamond's power against the queen of diamonds. But that's what gestures are for. They can cancel an enemy's immunity for that turn. Second, combos. You can play multiple cards of the same number as a single attack. For example, playing 2 4s together deals 8 damage. Third, animal companions. The aces are your companions. You can pair an ace with any other numbered card to add 1 to the attack, and you get to use the suit powers of both cards. And finally, a big one. You can't reveal what's in your hand. You can talk strategy, but you can't say exactly which cards you have.
And that's it. You've got all the core rules you need. You are now officially ready to challenge the corrupted royals and bring life back to the land.
So the only question left is, will your party restore the kingdom, or will you fall to the Regicide? Good luck.